Auzubillahi Muhammad Afsal Malik, educationist, business and management consultant. Yesterday, I talked about the world biggest challenge, global challenge, food wastage, and find out different reasons of that. Today, I would like to talk about the remedies, how we can minimize the wastages. In my yesterday talk, I said food waste entails environmental, social, and ethical problems, challenges, as well as economic cost. Because that increases scarcity and inflation and stagflation. Prices are going up and out of the reach of common person. Therefore, food waste is both a moral issue and a systemic economic inefficiency. Billions of hungry even while enough food is produced. Waste food contributes to inflation, climate change, and ecosystem strains. So, we have to take necessary actions from individual to governments. We have to find ways and means how we can reduce waste and improve food security worldwide. So we all have to play our role individually, as a family, as a community, as a society, as a country, and as a world. We are wasting such a valuable resource, and this waste is very alarming and inviting our attention so that we can feed billions of hungry people. So for that we have to adopt some strategies how we can reduce food waste and minimize its impact. First thing, we have to start from household, from our home. I told you, and I strongly believe that everything starts from home and everything ends at home. Because our all efforts are to have a healthy, a successful family. And then that leads to a prosperous community, society, and country. So what we can do at our end, in our homes, as an individual, as a family members, we should do planning. We have to plan our buying. We should make shopping list, what I need, how much I need, what I'm going to buy, and then I must do the analysis of those grocery items which I'm going to purchase. That is the produce, having a very limited shelf life, perishable. So we have to segregate our grocery purchases into two areas, perishable and non-perishable, having longer life. Perishable, they have very limited life under a normal room temperature, and then when we refrigerate them, and even we put them in a freezer. So then we have to see that perishable item we should not buy in bulk, even they are at a reduced price. And generally we know that all the produce, agriculture product, our food item, agri-based, which you call the fresh vegetables and fruits, since they are available in abundance in their season, and now since world has become a global village, so we are receiving all varieties of the vegetables and fruits around the year. They are available in our grocery shops, in our superstores, departmental stores, in the produce section. So even we are not growing in Canada, and even different products are grown under a different climate. But now, because of this fast means of transportation, refrigeration facilities, storage facilities, so we have the movement from one growing country to another consumption country. That's why we can buy these vegetables and fruits which are generally off season, because they are not produced in our own country. So for that, we should not buy in bulk, even though they are available at the reduced price, because their shelf life is very limited, and ultimately they are not going to be consumed fully, and a great portion of that is going to be garbaged, and we do every day. We know that. And we have to educate ourselves. We have to start education campaign at our school level. We must have this food security and food safe and avoid wastages. We must make it a part of a curriculum that must be taught in our schools, so that right from in the beginning we should put in the minds of our children, because tomorrow when they will grow up, they would be our leaders. So they will be making decisions. Sorry. So they will be decision makers, our future leaders. So education plays a very important role. Then we must meet all the social medias, mass medias, electronic medias. We must use them to educate the people and promote the food saving, and promote that we should not waste the food. Because hard-earned money is going down the drain, and then it's creating so many other problems like carbon emission, environmental issues, because they generate a lot of dangerous gases. Because when they go to the decaying process, when you put them in our garbage cans or landfill, so as a natural process of decaying, the lot of injurious gases are generated. So make a proper budget, quantity, what items, how, and when we put the thing in our refrigerator and deep freezer, pack them properly and put a date. When did you pack them and put in the refrigerator? So you should know. And also, if there is expiry date, you should also put expiry dates on the pack. This is the management of refrigerator, management of your deep freezer. It's very important. Everything needs management, means that making the best use of that, making the optimal benefit out of the resources. So after that, I would request and I would say that we should give at least 5 to 10 minutes to our refrigerators and deep freezer at home. We must visit. We must open, not just open to take the things out or putting some stuff back into the refrigerator, but we have to visit our refrigerators, our deep freezer, find out that everything is right. If anything is getting stale, that should be taken out. That should be used before it gets stale. It will get rotten. Okay? And it will not take you much time because you are saving your money and you will be saving environment. So this hard-earned money. So just give 5 minutes, please, 10 minutes to your refrigerator on daily basis. First thing in the morning or before you go to bed. And I can assure you that as a result, you will be saving a lot of food items and you will consume them, and as a result, you will save a considerable amount of money that you can use for other productive purposes. So we have to make this habit, and we have to teach our children as well. To check everything, your milk, your eggs, your fresh produce, vegetable and fruit items, your dairy product, your the food which was left over after consuming yesterday, and that we have put in a refrigerator with a hope or with an understanding that I will consume it tomorrow. But sometime tomorrow never comes. And that is left in a refrigerator, staying for that point in time when the refrigerator start giving a bad smell, bad odor. And then we have to take that cooked food, another fresh item, because they have become stale and lost their freshness and life, and then we take them out and without any realization, without feeling sorry, we throw them in our garbage bag. And so we have to change this attitude, our mindset, our behavior. I'm saying based on my personal experience. So everybody should take responsibility. It's not the housemaker. It's not the housemaker. Even wife and the husband and the children. We must educate them and train them. Everybody should take this responsibility. It's not only that housemaker or the wife, she should be responsible for that. No. Even as a male, as a husband, as an elder, whatever we are relationship, we must take this responsibility. Okay? Whenever you open a refrigerator, just give few minutes and see see inside that everything look fresh or anything is going to go bad, and that should be taken out. So I always tell to my wife, I also do that. I'm not saying that to you. I'm not requesting it to you, but I personally do it by myself. So a lot of things I see in my refrigerators, and sometimes you see, because of my wife, she has a more time to stay home. I generally see it at home, and she can easily manage the refrigerator or deep freezer, anything, even meat. The experience shows that when we freeze the meat items or fish, and then it stayed there in the refrigerator for months and months and months, and by that time they lose their valuable properties. The taste that go bad, and ultimately that goes to the garbage. So I always request my wife that anything which you feel, lot of things we have, some sweet dish, some rice and some other item which you have cooked, so put them on a table so that we should know and everybody can eat it. Sometimes we don't know. And then another experience is that the previous thing is not yet finished. We made a dish today, and still the remaining portion is in the refrigerator, but next day we prepare another fresh food. So if we keep on doing that, that means the previous one will be enjoying sitting in the refrigerator till the time that gets stale, and then we have to throw it into the garbage can. Okay, so this is what we have to do at ourselves, at our end. And same we have to do when we go to restaurants to enjoy dinner, lunch and breakfast, or attending any marriage events, another events, community events, social events where food is served. Even we have to take this responsibility that I should only take that much portion, because there is a buffet system generally which I can easily eat and consume. It's not that I should make a big mountain on my plate and then little is eaten and balance that ultimately goes to the refrigerator. So we have to also develop this consciousness that you can take next time. The food, lot of food is there. It's not going to be finished. Okay. So even at the end of that event or function or ceremony, whatever it is, even at the end you see a lot of food is in the in the serving pots, and that ultimately goes to the garbage. So we have to take this responsibility. First of all, wherever we go, we have to manage our eating habits. Then we come to the restaurants and hotels and the food service. They should also take care, because it's sometimes it's very hard for them that they can proper estimate. Sometimes they have to make little more, but now we have a lot of facilities and equipment where we can do generally half cooking. That's the food which they serve generally in the restaurant or hotel. It's not 100% made at that time. It's not possible. But if you want to make one dish Even rice. The rice are not just made within 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, no. Okay, or any meat item, or it cannot be made within half an hour. So that means in restaurants, or I've seen it, that's what I'm saying, they have semi-cooked, and then you see, when they get an order, the customer, they give a final touch. So they can also use that. Again, they should not buy these perishable items in bulk. They can also save that money. So they should not, we should not waste the trimming of many vegetables. Even we do at home, and what we can do that, we can consume those trimmings of all veggies, and that will be converted to soups. We can make soup, stocks, new menu items, because nothing, there's no problem with those trimmings. They contain everything. But instead of wasting them and throwing them in the garbage, that they should be better used to make soups and other, you see, maybe sandwiches, maybe other menu item, and you can sell at a reduced price. And then we should develop a mechanism, a system, and I'll work on that. I'm also work some area that how we can save this wastages, and those wastages, anything surplus, that should be sent to the food banks. Instead of that should go to the landfills. We must find out a mechanism, a system, and on that we have to work. But I invite all of you, if you have better ideas, and let me tell you, we can, it can be used as a business. Yeah, like you see, when we are not having this disposable items, which you call the return items for recycling item, and when these recycling was not done in a organized manner, which is being done now, there is an organization, many organizations, they are collecting these disposable item, recyclable items. Okay, so you know, we are saving millions and maybe billions of dollars in terms of these recycling material which is being collected and that is recycled, and we are using this resource, very valuable resource, and as a result it is reducing your production cost, and we are saving the natural resources like paper products, like aluminum product, glass product, paper packs. So even the thing is, I would also invite your attention on this, that even we are not taking care of when we try to dispose of these things. So we don't put the item which should go to the green, that is green can, and then as a recyclable, and other waste which that will go to the general waste, that will go to the landfill, and then we have green that can go, that can be converted into manure, which can be used for our plants, for our products. That is very rich manure which we can make out of our kitchen waste. Okay, so even we are not using it properly. I've seen every day that though the cities are taking very much concern on that, and they have their team, that they have some crew or team that on the day of pick up our these garbage items, so their team they take around and they look into that what items are there, and if they find that the right items are not there in those bins, then they put a sticker on that this time this will not be taken, and it will be now taken after 2 weeks. The kind of penalty is there. But I think we have to also educate ourselves, our kids, our family members at our home again, so that we should put the right waste in the right bin. In our offices, in our university and colleges, I've seen by myself they're not doing, and many times I told the students that what you are doing is written there. So this thing which we have put in the recyclable, it's not, it's a garbage, and vice versa. I think we also need education on this, so that we can save valuable material, and we can save millions and billions of dollars. Because when we buy these items, we are paying the cost for recycling. There is a recycling fee which we pay, and at least we can recover that. We can just keep all these things at home. Your the aluminum cans, the can of Pepsi and Coke and all these drinks, and we should keep them, and maybe paper product, etc. bag, and then we can take them to the return depot. And even most of our grocery stores, departmental stores or superstores, they are providing this facility, the return, and you can get your money. Okay, so we have to be very conscious on this aspect, and that means we are helping our country, we are helping our people, and as a result we can save a good amount of money, and we can save the wastage of these valuable resources which can be used to use recycled material, can be used to make a new product out of that. Then at the retail and supply chain, so they have to improve their cold storage facilities, especially in the region with poor infrastructure. Then they should also look at their buying system, how much they have to buy, and storage capabilities. If a lot of these stores, they are putting the products in the refrigerated equipment, refrigerated areas, but if as a result of electricity and power outage, if it is going to prolong for a longer period of time, and as a result these products can lose their temperature, then they are not allowed under the government rules and regulations, that they are not allowed to sell them, but they are supposed to throw them into the garbage. So what they can do is they can have internal electricity backup system. They should have generators or that backup system, that in case of electricity outage, your internal system starts working, and as a result they can save the wastage. Many big stores, they have these kind of facilities, but further they have to add on and bring the most modern and latest technologies and equipment. And then, of course, at government level, we have to come with the policies, government actions. Government should give some incentives that people can donate the food and waste the reduction and use the proper bins. Let's say if a household is using the proper bins, garbage bins for recyclable items, for garbage item, for your kitchen waste, so maybe they can give some rebate in their property tax. That will work as an incentive. Maybe I will talk to the mayor on this or the council members because I have an interaction with them. So I will give them the suggestion that give some incentive to the people that if they are using the right bin to throw their waste or not usable items in the right bin, and at the end of the year they will be given some rebate in their property tax. That would work as an incentive. Then penalty should also be for imposed, like I told you, the city of Surrey. But what they are doing, they don't, pick up that stuff on that garbage day, collection day. But they say, okay, it will take after 2 weeks, we will not be picking up this particular bin. But I think they should have some monetary penalties as well. Sometimes the best thing is that people should do feeling the responsibility. But if not, then the government has to put their foot down and make them to do that. Like traffic lights. Okay, that's why they put the speed cameras and red light cameras. Why? Because if somebody is still violating it, then they should be penalized. They should get the penalty and they should pay the price for that. So again, a lot of food and produces that goes waste during the season. So I know that personally, that many farms, particularly tomatoes and garlic and onions and so many gingers and all that, different fruits. And so I know that there are a lot of factories they have installed in that agriculture area, produce area. So any surplus produce that is being processed to make jams and ketchup and even I have worked on those industries and projects that they can have they can save the vegetables to dry them, and all these are available in the stores that you can get the vegetables, a dried one, okay, which are what you call dehydrated. The dehydration of vegetables in particular, this technology is available since long and it's being used. So we have to put more industries and factories in the producing area so that to minimize the wastage of these produce, and that will create a lot of economic benefit, creation of jobs, more marketing that will reduce the prices and that will be very environmental friendly situation. So with these submissions, I urge that let's come forward, let's play our role in wasting the valuable resources, saving the valuable resources, and minimize the wastages so that the surplus they can be used for those who cannot afford food at a high price, and we can feed hungry. I think we can easily do that, but only the thing is we need a commitment. We need a commitment, and we have to commit ourselves. We have to think on this, that okay, and make a decision and a kind of commitment that I will not waste any food. And always we should remember, when we waste the food, always we should remember those hungry, those poor people. It's very hard for them to have a one-day meal, even not of proper calories. So let's make an effort, and I'm confident that if we do that, we can do a great. We can save a lot of resources, and we can save money, and that will ultimately reduce the prices, inflation, and we will use that saved money for better purposes. So thank you so much for being with me. I always say that let's be helpful to others, let's play our role, let's do volunteer work, let's develop our communities. First of all, we have to fix our homes, make our home a paradise. So all the members of the family, it's their responsibility to make their home like a paradise. Respect your elders and love your youngers, and be supportive, helpful, no gender discrimination. We have to take responsibility as a family members, and then we have to build our communities and better society, a better country, prosperous country, safe country, and whatever contribution we can make, we must make. And this is the way we can help develop our community, our country, economically, socially, financially, and we will also please Allah, God. As I told you, Allah say that Allah does not like those who waste the resources. Allah does not like that. As I recited that verses, Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Kulu washrabu wa la tusrifu. Allah doesn't like anything excessively done, which we say in Urdu, israf, wastages. Thank you so much. Take care of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.